Hello people, welcome on board. Today's flight is going to be from KCRQ to KSNA Johnwayne Airport, which I've never been to in real life as well as in the sim. We're going to be flying there under IFR instrument flight rules in Cessna 152. So let's get ready for today's flight. So first we're going to use ForeFlight to set up our route to Johnwayne Airport, and we're going to use this as our navigational supporter and to help you understand where I'm flying and where I am at each moment to give you a better idea what's going on. So here we're going to set our starting airport, which is KCRQ Paloma Airport, and we're going to press that Add to Route button to put it on our flight plan like this, and then our destination airport, Johnwayne. So click on it, Add to Route,
915 Hotel inbound,
and then we're going to press the route button here. What does this button do is it's going to give you the route that can be possibly used. There are various type of routes you can choose, and there are some examples of like who has done this route in how many days. Like it says here, cleared today, cleared yesterday, and which airplane, turboprop, jet, altitude 4000 to flight level 200. These has its name, and this is called tech route, and the tech route is the route that this aviation industry in California had set to utilize and optimize to control air traffic more efficiently. And in this case, we're going to choose Send P3. The ForeFlight is going to set your route on your ForeFlight screen. We're going to take a look at approach chart of Johnwayne Airport to decide which IFR approach to use. Today, we're going to do ILS runway 20 right approach to Johnwayne Airport. And this is to figure out to set our waypoint on the ForeFlight. I just want to set the initial approach effects on my ForeFlight. So drag that waypoint to the north a little bit, and it's going to show you Sagar right here. And you can also set other waypoints after Sagar if you want to. And then we're going to take a look at taxiways at Johnwayne Airport to see what taxiway will be expected after I land on runway 20 right. So probably since I'm flying Cessna 152, our ground roll won't be that long. So I think I can make at about Juliet, just roughly measure which taxiways are existing near Juliet. And there's a runway 20 left here. Well, so we're supposed to get like cross runway 20 left instruction. Because I'm going to park at FBO transient parking on the east side of the airport, you can expect your route to be Juliet and Alpha. Let's call up the Paloma clearance for IFR clearance. Paloma clearance, Cessna 152 November 2108 SLU, request IFR to Johnwayne Airport as filed.
Sorry, aircraft with the clearance request to Johnwayne. I missed the call sign. Say again, the call sign only, please.
November 2108 SLU.
2108 Zulu, thanks. Cleared to the Johnwayne Airport. On departure, fly heading 250. Expect radar vectors to the ocean side VOR. That's Oscar Charlie November. Victor 23. Seal Beach and direct. Maintain 3000, expect 6000, 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.6, squawk 2364.
For 2108 SLU, cleared to Johnwayne Airport on departure heading 250, vectors to Oceanside, Victor 23, Seal Beach, direct. Maintain 3000, expect 6000, 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.6, squawk 2364.
08 Zulu, read back correct.
Okay, since we've got clear for IFR to Johnwayne Airport, let's set up the frequencies and every information we need to prepare for this flight. And then now we're going to call up the ground for taxi instruction. Palma ground, Cessna 2108 SLU at Western flight, ready to taxi.
For 2108 Zulu, Palomar ground, runway 24 taxi via Alpha.
Runway 24 taxi via Alpha 2108 SLU. We're clear for taxiing, and as you turn you can check left and right and your instruments. We can see some fogs existing here. Okay, before takeoff we're going to set up the rest of things we have to check. So frequencies for departure, And our transponder set transfer takeoff, carbide off, make sure reach, flaps, and then we're good to go. Palomar Tower, Cessna 2108 Zulu at runway 24 Alpha 1, ready for departure.
2108 Zulu, Palomar Tower, runway 24, clear for takeoff.
Runway 24 clear for takeoff, 2108 Zulu.
4580 Papa Connect, Burbank Tower, 118.7.
This looks better. Okay, on the center line. And center taking off. Full power. Gauge check.
Burbank Tower, 4580 Papa at 4,300, descending, and looking to, I guess, park by the FAA complex.
We're 4580 Papa, Burbank Tower, roger, and right down, runway 15, clear to land.
So on departure, fly heading 250. And usually tower calls you to switch your frequency to departure on at 2,000 feet, and he still doesn't give me instruction. Probably he's too busy. So my initial altitude is 3,000, and then I'm gonna call the tower that I'm here. Palomar Tower, Cessna 2108 Zulu on 250 heading 3,000.
Number 08 Zulu, roger, connect, SoCal departure.
SoCal departure 2108 Zulu. And then now I switch over to SoCal departure. SoCal departure, Cessna 2108 Zulu, just out of Palomar on 250 heading 3000.
For 2108 Zulu, SoCal departure, radar contact, turn right heading 330, direct Oceanside when able, climb and maintain 6000.
Turn right 330 to Oceanside, climb and maintain 6000, 2108 Zulu. Now that I'm cleared to Oceanside VOR, he asked me to climb up to 6,000 feet. So as I'm turning, I'm going to climb to 6,000. And I'm going to set my needle to be on the center to navigate myself to Oceanside. And I have Oceanside frequency 115.3 in use. So about 330 heading will lead me to the Oceanside VOR. And this arrow is also showing you I'm heading to the VOR.
38 Golf, Las Vegas ground, runway 26 right, taxi via Charlie.
I love it.
Taxi via Charlie, runway 26 right.
So as I'm passing Oceanside VOR, arrow has been changed to backward. So I'm gonna be turning to my next waypoint, which is Seal Beach VOR. Then outbound leg will be 301. So I'm gonna have to turn to 300 and turn your VOR knob to 301. And this says I'm beat off from the route because I started my turning to the left after passing the VOR. You want to fly for like 290 or something like that to intercept this route and to get this needle in the center. Yep. On 280 heading, and the needle is coming back to the center, so just be ready to come back on the heading of 301.
70 Juliet Alpha, roger, connect, SoCal departure.
Yeah, just like this. And then you're gonna be flying that outbound radio of Oceanside VOR 301. As I'm being assigned, maintaining 6,000 and the needle on the center. I'm just using full power just to make this flight a little bit quicker. And since I'm flying a little bit high altitude for this airplane, I lean the mixture.
Zulu connect, SoCal approach 128.1.
28.1 2108 Zulu. Thank you. SoCal departure, Cessna 2108 Zulu at 6,000 on Victor 23.
2108 Zulu SoCal approach, Johnwayne altimeter 3007.
My mistake, I called them SoCal departure. And if you want to know exactly where you are flying, you can use this VOR code ELB 177.2. So since I'm using this nav2 to navigate to Seal Beach VOR, which is my next waypoint, and for the nav1, I tuned it to ELB to get my cross radial. So if you center your ELB nav1 on from radial 165, so that's going to be your cross radial. And our next waypoint, Seal Beach VOR, is shown on the left side here. So if we take a look at the approach chart, we're going to tune into 049er on our second nav, which is connected to Seal Beach VOR. and then we're gonna fly that outbound radial to navigate ourselves to Sagar initial approach fix. And while we fly that, tune our nav 1 instrument to the localizer in Johnwayne Airport. This localizer frequency is needed for not only to make our ILS approach to the airport, but also we can use it as cross radial to identify ourselves to make sure we are on the Sagar initial approach fix.
2108 Zulu, turn right heading 360, vector final approach course.
Turn right 360 vectors to final approach course 210 Zulu. What I just said was standard procedure, but the controller decided to give me vectoring, because if there's not much traffic existing, controllers usually gives you vectoring to shortcut your travel. So our plan departing Seal Beach is disregarded. I'm here right now and he gave me vectoring to the final approach course, so I'm guessing he will be put me around here and would clear me for ILS approach. We're going to do approach briefing. Read what's important on this approach procedure.
Number 2108 Zulu, 3 miles from Hookham. Turn right heading 170. Maintain 3000 until established on the localizer. Clear ILS, runway 20 right approach.
Right heading 170, maintain 3000 until established, cleared ILS runway 20 right, 200 Zulu. So now controller cleared us for ILS 20 right at Johnwayne Airport. So basically he gave me 170 heading to the right and 3000 altitude restriction until established on the localizer. So as we turn to 170 and maintain heading 3000, we're gonna wait for that localizer needle to start to move. 170. Yep. So there's our heading 170, and we're gonna wait for the localizer. Needle live, we're established. And we're gonna turn course heading 19670. Needle live, we're established. Since we captured the needle is moving, we can now follow this localizer to maintain ourselves on the center line of ILS localizer.
Legacy 522, Papa Mike's 1000.
And you also capture the glide slope. Now that we have needle almost at center, so we're gonna turn to the approach course 196.
2108 Zulu, connect Johnwayne Tower 126.8.
The Johnwayne Tower 218 Zulu, thank you. And just follow this glide slope and localizer until you see the airport. Johnwayne Tower Cessna 2108 Zulu on ILS 20 right.
Number 20210 Zulu, Johnwayne Tower, runway 20 right, clear to land.
20 right, clear to land, 210 Zulu. This is not pretty much IMC condition. I already have airport in sight, but I'm just trying to follow this glide slope and localizer to practice the ILS approach.
November 61910, Canyon Tower, enter a right downwind runway 21. Correction, enter a left downwind runway 21, approach field. Okay, 150 feet till minimum altitude. We have runway in sight. Second flap. We're clear to land.
This is called Poppy that lets you know how high or how low you are from the touchdown zone. Basically 2 white, 2 red means you're on the perfect glide path, and if you have 3 more reds, meaning you're lower, and if you have more whites, meaning you're higher. The reason why I approach low is not because I ignore this Poppy, but I just prefer approaching a little bit low.
Good takeoff.
Clip takeoff here for Bravo.
That was nice landing. What a compliment to myself. Okay, as I planned, I'm going to turn to Juliet. And since there's another runway in front of me, I'm gonna have to stop right here. Okay, and figure out if I'm at the right spot. And do your after landing checklist. It's been so long since I flew, so like, I forget something sometimes. And this is what happens if you do something that you shouldn't be doing. Johnwayne ground, Cessna 2108 SLU, cleared runway 20 right at Juliet, request text to FB transient parking on the east side.
Number 210 Zulu, Johnwayne ground, what's your position? You're between the runways?
That's correct, 208 SLU.
Okay, what do you think ground can do for you between the runways that are owned by tower? Because you need to stay with tower until they switch over to the ground frequency.
Do I have to go back to the tower right now?
You should have stayed with tower, however you switched to me. Right, for now, that's fine, but just keep that in mind in the future. You can cross runway 20 left at Juliet and taxi to parking via Alpha. Just keep it in mind for next time.
Okay, thank you very much. Sorry about that, 208 SLU. But actually, this controller is actually a very nice guy. When I flew to an airport, when I was doing my CPL, this guy yelled at me so loud because I didn't cross the whole short line after landing. But you know, I'm really gentleman. I don't really like to fight other people in most cases. So I said, I'm really sorry about that. That was my mistake. I could have yelled at him too, you know, but I didn't because that's useless. Just admit your mistake and saying sorry. Yeah, that's it. But I kind of thank him that he yelled at me that time. I would never do another mistake of not crossing the whole short line after landing. That's all good. And it was fun flying with Pilot Edge controllers. And I appreciate you guys and thank you for providing this service. Have a great night and great day. Bye bye.